I only fuck spinach. Call me Popeye, because I'm fucking spinach.
Won't do any of those things.
Spinach. Spanish.
Spanish. I'm so mad at the end of the video.
It's all good, man.
I'm just scatterbrained today.
No, you good. You good. It's a time. We've had an experience.
See how long I can sit down right now.
It's been a weekend.
Yes.
It has been such a day.
Why do all these podcasts starting to start off with us just being like, oh, what is life?
Listen, man, there's exhausting shit that happens. And this is our period of time where before we talk about video games, kinda, where we just like riff, you know? Mm-hmm. It's a time. It's a good time, though. But yeah. Mm-hmm. So no
Indeed.
update on your computer. Yeah.
I just know that they have it. Mm-hmm. Wong received it at the repair center. So
Yeah.
get on that shit, Wong.
Please and thank you.
Or I'll go Wong upside your head. Right? You, Wong. You watching, Wong. I got you. I know you have my shit. Fix it now. Don't make me come through this fucking camera.
If he does, your family's going to be asking, what's wrong? Moving
Save
forward.
before quitting. It's over. Fuck.
You got to start with a pun. That's the way to do it, man. But
We
yeah,
have pun here.
we've had an interesting day so far, at least today. We recorded a video, technically. It's fine. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again.
This
We
needs
got
to be
this.
alcohol.
I mean, there's technically White Claw over there in the fridge.
There is. But
It's fine.
at that point, I'm just like,
It's fine. We're fine. We're doing great. If you haven't seen, we've been posting a shit ton of TikToks as of late on our TikTok and Instagram Reels.
yep.
So make sure you're showing some love to them because we've been playing a lot of fun games together, and we'll get to that specifically once we start the actual podcast. But overall, I have a story to tell about last night.
Listen up, I got a story to tell. Listen up, I got a story to tell. It's Biggie.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Moving forward, so last night was constant lover and follower and supporter of the show, Yuki's fashion show for Philly Fashion Week. Recently graduated from Maid Institute and put out her collection. Finally, got it all done in the nick of time, and it was very, very great. Boy, oh boy, was that day an experience, though, yesterday.
Okay.
It's time for story time. So, on the website, it says the event's starting at 7. So, me being the, if you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time guy. I'm like, okay, I'm leaving at 5. Getting there, because it's, it's a little bit of a drive to get to Philly on a Saturday, too.
Right,
Fuck it. So, I get on 95 at 5, getting down there. I get, in the area at, 6, scouting out the area for parking. Literally, this parking garage, it wasn't even a garage, it was behind the building that was fenced in. Abysmal. People were parking in spots that weren't spots, so then you couldn't get to farther areas. Wanted people to literally I was gonna key everyone's car that night, I felt like. So I was like, okay, let me figure out if I can, find a different place for us to park for all the friends and stuff that are coming, and Nicole's parents and Anna and Trevor were coming, and so was Jeremy. So I'm down the street. I'm like, oh, there's a Target here. Go to the Target, did a figure hunt, got some Starbucks. Across the street, there's a Chuck E. Cheese. Lay of the
Played
land.
in the ball pit, jumped on the bouncy stuff.
Got to do what you got to do. But I'm just getting the lay of the land. Okay, we could park at Chuck E. Cheese, walk down. It's 2 blocks. Then we can walk back, no problem, after it's over. Easy. Don't do that, because then Jeremy needs a ride. It is now 6:40 something, and his condo does not allow his cell phone to have phone calls. So I'm calling him, and it keeps going straight to voicemail, and I'm like, you're not going to be here as of this point, because it starts at 7. So here's the thing. Go pick him up, whatever. He finally gets a hold of me. I'm in center city. Like, you see the fucking city hall down the street. He's literally like, you make a right one street before you're at City Hall.
Oh, shit.
That's where his condo is.
Dead center, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. Pick him up, head on back. As of this point, somehow I guess someone told the guy to move, so I get into the parking garage. Cool. There's another car farther down that's also in the way, and I have like this much room to squeeze through. And like Jeremy gets out of the car, and he's like, are you all parking here or what's going on? And they're like, yeah, why? He's like, because like nobody can get through.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm just going to guide you through. We get through, one spot left, literally in the whole lot. And I get it.
Nice.
So we're good.
Nice.
Cool. Now we're waiting in line. This venue, and it has nothing to do with the Maid Institute. The venue people were idiots because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. So we all bought our tickets via Eventbrite, which are actual tickets that were emailed to us. These dudes were saying, oh no, those aren't tickets. Those are a thing you need to scan at will call to get your tickets to then get in.
Okay.
And then this line literally wrapped around the building. Finally, getting up to the front. It's been like 40 minutes. It's like 7-ish. No, it's not. It's like 8 by the time we get to the front of the line-ish, like 5 away. So we're already waiting for an hour. The event's supposed to start at 7. It didn't. And I reach in my pocket.
No surprise. Yeah.
No mask. And I'm like, fuck, I left it in the car. So I sprint. Like, I walk casually past all the people that are dressed really nice because I'm, like, looking like a 40-year-old dad in my white fucking picnic table ass shirt.
Right.
And I then sprint to my car once none of the fashion people are in the area, sprint back, casually walk while sweating my ass off to try and meet back up with the people online that we were with. They already got in. I'm like, fuck. I'm not that guy. So I'm like, I'm just going to go to the back of the line because that's the way this works. I fucked up. It's my fault. Back of the line. So then they start texting me and they're like, yeah, the guys at the venue are wrong. That line's not for whatever. It's actually for will call. You have a ticket on your phone. You need to go, and they scan it at the table. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I walk to the other set of doors, and this guy stops me.
There we go.
And this motherfucker, he's like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, all right, already the tone. Don't need it. He's like, I'm like, hey, man, I'm here for the fashion show. I got my ticket here. And he's like, no. That's not a ticket. That right there is for will call. You scan that there, and then you get in. I'm like, no, my friends just came in after you let them in, and you were wrong. There's a table for the Eventbrite tickets. This is an Eventbrite ticket. He's like, and then he leans on the guardrail and gets in like my face. He's like, listen, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to walk in here. You're going to walk to that table. They're going to tell you to come out, and then I'm going to send you to the back of the line. And I'm like, okay, bet. And I look at him straight in the face and I say that because I'm just like, fuck you. Like, you're not going to give me this attitude. So he starts yanking on the door, the one that's locked because he's an idiot. And he's been standing there for 2 hours and doesn't know which one's locked or not. Finally walk straight up to him. I'm like, yeah, this is the Eventbrite table, right? They're like, yep, just give us 1 second. We'll scan you in a minute. He walks up to me. He's like, oh, so this is the Eventbrite table? I'm like, yep, it is, idiot. And then he just looks at me and then goes and walks away. And I'm like, eat my ass, sir.
Listen, Bernard.
All of it.
Bernard, because I don't know your name.
I don't know his name either, but he's a fucking asshole.
His name is Bernard.
So,
bitch ass Bernard. That's what we call you in the street.
That motherfucker can eat an ass. Specifically mine. After last night. We'll get to it in a minute.
That gets sexual.
No. So, show goes great. Amazing fashion. Like I was telling you earlier, so many more nipples than I was expecting to see. To the point where I was like, this. It's not even like in a sexual way at all. It was just like, that's a lot of nipples. Because fashion. I don't know it, but I guess it includes nipples. So that's a thing. It was cool. Nicole's stuff went on. It was great. People were loving it. Awesome.
It was dope. I saw the recording.
People like in the VIP section were like loving on it. Like they were on their phones the whole time. The VIPs, because there's like the center section of people.
Right. And
when her collection came up, they put their phones down. And they were like, fucking eyes wide open, like Bo Burnham, all eyes on me bullshit, like, woo. And then, like, after they do, like, the first run around, they do this thing called a flood where, like, they all come at the same time. And, like, as that happened, they all, like, started taking pictures and, like, putting their phones up and shit and made sure to look at the booklet of who she was and whatnot. And I was like, hell yeah, dope. So that happens. Then we decide, you know what? Fuck it. We're not staying for the rest of the show. Let's go get Chinese food in Chinatown, which is a 15-minute drive away from this place.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're packed into one car. My car is still in this area in, like, the back of this, like, venue. And I'm like, they're going to lock the fucking venue up and like my car's going to be stuck in there. Like, I don't know if we should go out to eat. And they're like, no, it won't be locked up by the time we get back. I'm like, okay, whatever, fine. So we get in the car, go get Chinese. As of this point, I had Chipotle for lunch. And I had not used the restroom.
Oh, shit.
So literally. I started getting the rumbly in my tumbly. Mm-hmm. And I cannot use a toilet outside of my house or my office. Because if I'm going to shit, it's going to be comfortably or I'm getting paid for it. That's my rules.
If you're getting paid for it, it's pretty comfortable.
Exactly. So I'm holding it because I'm not going in this like center Chinatown like restaurant bathroom that's like tiny as fuck to just drop it like it's hot. So I'm like in pain the whole entire time. Like it feels like Electro is in my stomach, just going like with like fucking Palpatine like fingers.
Strong man right here.
Oh no, it was bad. I was just like uncomfortable the whole time, but it was fine. I was like, this isn't my night. I'm not gonna make a big deal of it. I am a strong-willed individual.
That's not your night, but those are your bowels, and your bowels are screaming.
Yes. So we finally are like, okay, cool. Time to go back. Jeremy walks home because it's very close to his place.
Right.
We get back to Trevor's car. We drive back. Cool. Get into the parking garage. Nicole's car is there. Dope. Awesome. Then I go over to my car. We're all saying our goodbyes and shit. My phone's at 2%, mind you. 2% battery.
Your phone doesn't like being alive.
Nope, not at all. So it's at 2%. I had to borrow Nicole's phone charger. Thank you very much for this, because if not, it would have been a bad night. So I go to turn the key in my car. Nothing.
Oh,
man. The lights go on. The radio comes on. No, no, nothing. Not even like an engine noise. So I'm like,
what else could go wrong at this point?
Yeah, what could go wrong? Anna and Trevor have already driven away. Nicole's about to drive away. And here's the thing. I was like, okay, I have two options here. I call my family and be like, hey, come drive 45 minutes into Philly.
At that point, I would have came and helped you.
Well, I was like, at least Anna and Trevor are close. And like with Nicole, I was like, Nicole is exhausted as fucking needs to go home. Because like you could tell like she was like she was not among the living by the end of the night. I was like, you need to drive home as fast as possible, go to sleep.
Right.
So I was like, okay, fuck it. I'll call Anna and Trevor. I'm like, yo, my car's not starting. Can you come check it out? Cool. They get back. Trevor's got this little like
jump box thing.
Yeah, little jump box. But it's not working on my car. So I'm like, fuck. So he's like, well, I have AAA and it doesn't cover just my car. It covers me. So we'll call them. They'll come like jump you and then we'll go. I'm like, cool. Because neither of us are confident with jumping a car because I've only done it once.
Really?
Yeah, I've never had to. So it's one of those things where it's like, I can do it, but I'm not comfortable enough to be like, yes, your car that is operational and mine that is not, let's do this and electricity, you know?
You ought to came down there, man. You should have called me.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right, go on.
It gets better. So we call. 20 minutes goes by. They say it was going to be 20 minutes. So Kevin, why did I say that? Trevor calls back. And he's like, hey, I just need a status update on this. Just want to check. They're like, oh, yeah, it's not going to be for another 4 hours. So we're like, it's about to be 2 a.m. It's like 1:40. And I'm like, my God. So Trevor's like, I can drive you home. We'll come pick it up tomorrow. I'm like, I really appreciate it. Cool. As this is happening, he's like, we'll try to jump it. We'll just do it. Like, we watch like a couple YouTube videos to like get the gist of it. As this is happening, the dude who owns the venue comes over. He's like, what's going on, guys? And like, car's battery's dead and like trying to jump it. And he's like, oh, what street are you guys come off of? Because like, we're about to close the gate for the venue. He's like, oh no, we were here for the fashion show. And I've been here since you've been here this whole time. Like, and I'm like, I don't want to tell him that we left and just left our cars here. So I'm like, yes, we've been here the whole time.
Right.
So whatever. So then he's like, you know, doing his thing and he sets it up. And like the thing that was weird to me is like he was kind of like he wasn't doing it the right way because you're supposed to have the like my car, which is the dead car. It's supposed to have the black on the ground, right? Mm-hmm. He was not putting it on the ground. He was holding it in his hand, and in theory, technically, he is the ground. Technically,
yeah.
So like whatever, he might die, but like Trevor's like, are you sure you want me to turn my car? And this guy, nice guy, really nice guy. There was this moment where he was just like, turn the key. And he just kept doing this motion to Trevor. And Trevor's like, are you sure? And he's like, just turn the... And then he turns the key, turns his car on. Wait a second. Turn my key. Nothing. And I'm like, fuck.
Wait, so he didn't have both hooked up?
He had just the red hooked.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So then here's the thing that happened. So as I'm like turning it, nothing's happening. He just touches the negative to one of the unpainted pieces of metal of my car, which is a ground. And then all yours, and then he removes it. And I'm like, sir, the fuck?
Cock teasing
And
you
he's
with
like, oh, one more time. And he puts it on ground finally. And I'm like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, you're supposed to just have it on there.
Exactly.
Was he fucking with you?
I don't know.
Did he think he was doing like...
I think he thought he was doing it right.
And he thought he was being cool and tricking it? And
I have no idea. He was, here's the thing, genuinely nice guy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, dude, come on.
It's 2 a.m.
It's 2 a.m. You want us to leave, so whatever. So it starts. We're cool. I'm like thanking everyone. Again, thank you to Anna and Trevor. Very much appreciate you guys for turning back. They were only like, I think like a couple minutes down the road, hopefully, if that's the case. But they stayed till like 2 a.m. to make sure that happened, and they followed me a little bit down 95. So very much appreciate you guys. Much love. I already texted you that. So then I get home. This is the funny part of the story. The funny haha.
When you texted me, like, yeah, man, this night has been nuts.
So, as you remember from the story, I had Chipotle.
Oh, you blew your toilet up.
So here's the thing. I get home and like I'm like telling my dad all that happened. Meanwhile, I still have to go, but I'm like just filling him in because I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it now so I can do that and then go to bed. This motherfucker goes to the bathroom before me. He's like, yeah, I just gotta pee real quick. I'm like, okay, cool. Do it fast while I figure out how to untie my shoes because I'm tired. All I hear is, and I'm like, you motherfucker, are you shit? He's like, yep. And I'm like, I'm in physical pain. And I have been for the past 2 hours. And you decide, I'm just going to go pee, haha, and then just shart everywhere. And I'm
that noise you made sounds like he hooked the jumper cables up to his gut.
Exactly. So I'm like fucking pissed off, and I'm pacing in my living room, not wearing pants, just like walking around like I'm fucking dying. And like I'm waiting for him to walk out, and he's like, oh, you can go. I'm like, I just fucking sprint. And let me tell you, the noise that I made...
one bathroom in your house?
Yeah, we only have one. Yeah, it's a single floor house. So
no, I'm sitting here just trying to find ways for you in my mind.
No, it was either that or a plastic bag, and I don't have... I have self-control.
Got it.
So he leaves. I turn the fan on, I turn the light on. I'm like, I'm not doing it in the dark. He does it in the dark at night, which is weird to me.
Ooh, sensual.
No,
sensual
he just doesn't want to turn the lights on to like bother anyone. I'm like, there's a door. Dumbass, whatever. So I sit down and I had Chipotle for lunch. So
I like how you keep reiterating that.
Yes, it's a specific reason. So
it comes out Chipotle into the toilet.
My lunch was in the toilet straight up. I'm not even lying. Like there were solid pieces that I'm like, I definitely chewed. I'm sorry for you audio amigos and video amigos for this mental picture, but I was just like, I am unhealthy. I just looked at that and I was like, Jesus Christ.
You just inhaled it.
And I'm 80% sure the noise that was happening was like loud enough to wake up the rest of the people in the house. So I was just like, okay, cool. Because like my mom like peeked her head out from her bedroom where she was sleeping. And like I had like the door cracked.
I was about to say the door was open?
I had it like cracked because like, you know, like it's whatever. Sometimes we have an ODD in our house, you know.
Well, no, that's fine.
ODDP is the correct acronym.
ODP. I get it.
No, open door dumping policy.
Oh, I thought it was just open door policy. Okay.
No, open door dumping policy.
All right.
Sometimes. It's a limited thing. Most of the time it's like if
limited time only. Open the door, hit me shit.
But yeah, it was loud enough for her to like peek out and be like, the fuck, and then just went back to bed. And I was calling Ryan all that night, like, what do I do? Before Trevor and Anna came back, and he was like, fuck you, and kept waking up, but not really. He was very helpful, even though he wasn't, but he was, the first time he answered on his watch. And then the second time he answered, he forgot that he answered on his watch. And I couldn't hear a word he was saying. So I was kind of getting pissed off because like he's talking into his phone.
But it's on his watch. And his
hand is like under his pillow. So it's like muffled as fuck. And I'm like...
You know, Ryan has a lot of funny moments. Another one we'll get to when we talk about Halo.
Halo, yes. And also, we had to talk about some of the TikToks that have been posted that are pretty fucking good. But yes, it was a night last night, man. And I woke up today and wanted to die.
Hit me up. Yo, I could have walked y'all through jumping your car.
True, and it was also 1:30 in the morning. I was like, I'm not trying to bother anyone.
You need to,
that is not in the area, and they were. So it was like, it makes sense.
I understand that. Yeah. They were in the area. Yeah. You're right about that. Yeah. But if it's like after a certain time, you can, I'll get there.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it greatly. It was also scary to me because I was like, there's literally a haunted house like 2 inches away.
She just went in. At that point in the night, it's just like, I might as well ride this night out, see where the adventure leads me.
And it's like a Jomar's, like it's like almost like a Salvation Army, but for mainly like clothing.
Mm.
It was used to be that they turned that into a haunted house.
It's just haunted clothes.
So it was huge. Like, you know how big a Jomar's is. So it's like, that is a haunted house. I'm like, fuck that bullshit. Not doing it. But
you should have shit in the haunted house. You're just taking a dump and you just hear, whoa.
Yeah. Honestly, fuck it. But yeah, it was a eventful night, no pun intended. Thank you to Trevor and Anna for your help, and also Nicole, hell of a job. Definitely. It was streamed on Twitch. If you'd like to go to her Twitch, it is Adulting Life with a Y in life. It was streamed all there. You can go check it out. Mm-hmm. It was a good ass time. It was fun. The music was terrible. Not hers. Like the house music that they blared the whole time was just like, uns, 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 and my ears were like bleeding because fuck that shit. And I went to college and I'm done with it. So here we are. But yeah.
Well, I can't beat that. It's my weekend.
Did you go to Hobby Lobby this week?
No.
Cool.
I did not.
But yeah, it's been a weird weekend to say the least, and yeah, I had a pizza roll at the Chinese place. I've never had that before. It's the most white thing to get at a Chinese place.
Man, you haven't had a pizza roll before?
No, never. I don't. To be fair, I've never really gone to Chinese. Right, it's fucking dope though. It was like an Elio's pizza in a roll.
I've never heard of anyone not having one of these before.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm more just impressed by that.
I mean, to be fair, like, I've only had Chinese in the past year or so.
That's right. You don't eat things.
My family is very, hey, that place only ever. Or that place that is a chain restaurant only ever when it comes to going out to eat. And then I met this friend group that has been like, let's culture this swine.
Yes. Hey, we want to let you know that food exists. Real food.
Pretty much,
not chain restaurant food.
Exactly. And then I got a pizza roll.
Yeah.
There it is. All right. Showtime.
Yeah, start the show. There's nothing else to say after that.
It's clobbering time. CM Punk, baby. Pussy.
Yep. Pussy. Gotta love it. Pussy.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Lick. Level up, gamers, and welcome to that YouTube show or podcast that you might know us from. I'm Ant.
I'm Chris.
And welcome.
Episode 50.
Episode 50. 50. Call the 50, which means call us, because this is episode 50. As always, save letter B number 4 quitting on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and you can watch us on YouTube. Titty. Titty.
You're watching the Disney Channel.
Save before quitting, always spelled out, at gmail.com if you would like to contact us or comment or insult us or praise us or anything. Send us cash.
That'd be nice. Can you do that via email? Cash App.
Yeah, Cash App. I guess.
Cash App.
We don't. Do we have a Cash App?
Oh, we don't.
For the account?
No, I was just.
We personally have that. Or Venmo.
I technically have that, yeah. I don't really use it often.
Donate to us at savebeforequitting.com.
Fully spelled out.
Fully spelled out. Yeah, man.
Pick up some merch.
Pick up the merch, please.
Speaking of merch, check out this merch. I also picked up a Majin Buu t-shirt from that art guy Kev on
Word to
Instagram.
Kev.
Yeah, man.
Always word to Kev.
You see his new stickers that he just posted?
Yeah, those are dope.
I like them. I really want that like coffee one as a pin. Like I feel like it would look beautiful as like a nice enamel pin. It's fine. I'm still gonna buy the sticker, but like I want that.
Think about it, Kev.
Yeah, do it, please. Thank you. I will buy it. Side note about merch. Thank you to another purchase of merch. We got a notification that someone else bought merch. Mr. Josh from Haptic Intel.
Love you, man.
He has purchased the Nerdy Gamer Person hat. I don't know which one, but it's one of them. Probably a color of sorts.
Probably a color of sorts.
I will be purchasing some of their merch soon, so if you'd like to
will too.
Check out their merch. Their website is streamlabs.com/Haptic Intel. And they got some really cool merch over there. They got their Haptic logo. They have a limited time Weeb merch line where it's all in like Japanese and it's like it just says Weeb. And it's a really good time. So go check them out. Go check out their merch and their content.
I'm going to get one of their winter hats for when it gets cold out.
Nice.
I like how that logo looks.
Yeah, Brett was wearing it the other day on the Nintendo stream.
I'm going to get that.
They also stream the Nintendo thing, which we will be talking about. Not their stream, but the actual Nintendo thing. So if you'd like to go watch the Nintendo stream with their commentary, go check it out.
We were in their chat, so we're in there a little bit.
We were in there having a good time. And as always it goes, after we shill ourselves out multiple times, what did we play this week?
I played...
You played a lot this week,
I know.
to be fair. Yeah.
I played a little bit more Deathloop. We played Halo Infinite, and you're going to start seeing footage of that trickling out. We already got some up. Probably by the time this comes out, there'll be even more up.
Yeah. Should be on our TikTok, too, for like snippets and like bite-sized pieces. But,
and some reels on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I played Halo Infinite. I loaded up, because I kept talking about it with you, just referencing it, and it made me want to play it. I ran through Mega Man X2 on my Switch.
And when you say ran through, that means you beat it?
Yeah, I just ran through it. So I beat Mega Man X2.
Humble brag.
Just lay on the couch and beat it. I played it because I got the X collection on Switch. Oh, damn. I also, right after that Nintendo event, downloaded the Castlevania Advance collection and started my way through that. So I played games this week.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever played a Castlevania game in my life. I've only watched the anime on Netflix, which is like top tier. But maybe I'll try it out. How much was it?
20 or 30. I don't remember off the top of my head.
How much is Kino?
50.
I have decisions to make soon. We'll see.
I'm getting that, but
not soon.
maybe
at some point.
I have to. If I get it, I have to get Kino. We're talking about Kino, as Chris says.
Yeah, apparently that's how it's pronounced.
I'm calling it
Kino. Twitter.
But I'm getting Kino. If I get it, I have to get it this week because Metroid comes out the week after, and I'm not playing Kino when Metroid is out.
To be fair, you're just gonna beat Metroid in like one night, though.
I'm not. I mean, it helps because it's on Switch, so I can just be anywhere playing it. I'm not going to beat it in one night, though. Maybe that weekend. Maybe one weekend.
We'll see.
We will see.
Speed run. But yeah, it's been a very fun gaming week. We've been streaming a lot more on Twitch and YouTube. Both of us, actually. It's not just me, which is good.
Yeah.
We're trying to have both of our face cams on the stream at the same time, just because, you know, our content on TikTok and Instagram has mainly just been my face, and I'm like, here's the thing, it's not just me, so I'm like kind of getting like, you know, about it. I'm like, bro, it's not just me, it's both of us.
Right.
And like have been clips where it's like you're in the game and you can hear you, but it's like the people won't know that's you that don't know the show. So we've been starting to add clips where you have your camera on, which is this camera actually, the specific setup. And you can see me over there, can't you? Because so that works. Yeah. But yeah. So, yeah, we've been doing that. So let us know how you're liking that, because I think that's a little bit better of a look as opposed to just being my big forehead, have an ass up there. And then here's the thing. Once Ant's computer comes back, there'll be clips of just your gameplay when you do your OG streams, too. Yeah. And I won't be there. So it'll start to even out a little bit more. And we'll have like a nice even flow.
That's kind of why I ran through X2, because I'm like, I think I want to start with one of these games.
Gotcha.
And I just need to make sure I remember where everything is and what I'm doing. And so it'd be like a nice flawless playthrough
Hell yeah.
when we do it.
And then it'll be easy as hell to make clips. We just got a recent website thrown at us by Haptic. They been using it to make their TikToks and stuff, and I decided to use it as well. And it's fucking great. And it's something that doesn't require like video editing software, so like even Ant can do it himself. So if he's like,
even
hey,
I can do it.
Like if he's like, oh, this is a really cool clip, I like this clip, and then just plug and play, and I'll show him how to do it afterwards. Maybe we'll see. It's all new, and we have stuff coming.
Yes.
My games this week, I have been playing a little bit more of Apex, as you can tell by those Twitch streams. I've been playing with, I think, Haptic Guys one night. I didn't stream that. Been playing a lot with Ryan on stream. And then Lucas a couple times, and then recently my cousin got back into it. We just streamed today specifically for about an hour or so. It's been a weird week of matchmaking, to say the least. It's either we get like bot lobbies where like people are god awful and we're just owning, or holy crap, that guy just shot me one time and I died. And we've actually gotten a lot of hackers in our games recently too, which is starting to annoy me. Like, I think we had one today because I was up on like a tower, and this one dude with the light like assault rifle, the R301, two-tapped me because you could switch it to single fire, went bop bop, and I died. And I had full armor, full health, but he like zoned in on me, shot twice, and killed me.
Right.
And I was like, I didn't see that coming at all. I watched my death recap and everything, and I'm like, yeah, that's really fucking sus, and like I don't think that's legit.
That ain't natural, fam.
Yeah, but we've had a couple of hackers in a couple of games. It's not every time that we're getting hackers, but we are getting them more frequently, it seems. And it's weird too because we're playing on console, but like crossplay exists, so there's that. Other than that, I've been playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima as well on Twitch. A lot of funny clips have been coming from that should be showing up on our TikTok and our Reels pretty soon. They're kind of funny. I like the game so much, man. It's my favorite game, I think, ever.
Really?
It's getting to that point where I'm like, yeah, this is just it. Like, it's the one.
I respect it.
But, like, that's fun. I love it. Been getting past the... I haven't even gotten to this part where you fight the big guy for the second time. Like, you fight him once, and you fight him again later. But, like, I haven't even gotten there. Like, I think you fight him 3 times total, and I'm like, bruh. I'm not even past, like, the first islands yet. I'm just like, here. I haven't gotten to the new DLC at all, so I'm making my way downtown. But other than that, yet again, Deathloop. Been having hella fun with that. Just got to the part where, like, the story started to open up a little bit more, and you start to understand what you need to do to open up the story, and then, I guess, win the game. Like that, like it explains like how you win the game pretty much. Like you need to kill all these people within one day. That's how you win. But it's like the how that's the issue because there's so much behind it, and there's a lot of reading that I hate, which we'll get to in a question I believe this week.
True.
And there's a lot of other stuff that's just really fun in that game. The gunplay is interesting because it's not really a fun gun game in my opinion. Like it's. Like, I'm more of a fan of the sneakiness. Like, I have the pre-order pistol, which once you get it, you'll fucking fall in love. It's literally like the GoldenEye gun, and it's literally gold. And it's just like a silenced, like, Luger, and just one-shot headshot everybody.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it's just so much fun to be sneaky with that. And then you get, like, a shotgun on the side. So, like, if you start getting hunted down by, like, an enemy player that, like, jumps into your game, you can just pull out the shotgun and just, like, blast them away.
End them quickly.
Exactly. And it's really fun. It's a great time. Other than that, Halo Infinite. Yeah, that was the big one this week, I would say. It's my first Halo that I've played really, like, seriously. Did not play it with the controller because my PS3 controller was not working with Steam for some reason. Or the actual Xbox game.
It was like, nah, fuck that. We're not accepting your PlayStation controller into Halo.
Which is weird, because like, I've definitely used it before on Steam for games that are from Xbox. I've used it on fucking Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
And like through the Xbox game app. But for some reason, the Insider thing did not allow me. I think it's still running until tomorrow morning on Monday.
It comes right back, like next weekend though.
So we'll probably be streaming more of that. I'm probably put like together like 1 or 2 videos, maybe just probably one because I don't think we had the best games in the world.
Yeah, no.
Content wise, but I'll make like 1 or 2 videos this week of
Kind
us
of
just
buggy
playing it.
too, at least on my version.
Yeah, it was very buggy on mine.
But I know it's a
my
test
PC.
run thing, so I'm not kind of trying to crucify it.
Yeah.
But you can, it's a test run, and you can very much tell that it's a test run.
Yeah, they also put that disclaimer at the very beginning. It's like, this game is just the beta. It will have bugs. It will have glitches.
Yeah. So I appreciate that.
So like it knows that it's going to have issues. And like I can't be mad, but I also am. Here we are. That's the gist. But yeah, that's what I've been playing this week. I want to get back into Switch games. I haven't touched my Switch and I couldn't tell you how long. Like it's
I
just
haven't
been
heard you talk
sitting
about it
there.
yet.
But yeah. Now, moving on to the news. Speaking of the Switch,
Yes.
the biggest news of this week was the Nintendo Direct, in which they announced more Directs.
That's what it definitely read like during that whole thing.
Yeah.
You want more Smash Brothers? He loads up like, Smash Brothers. This is what you want, right? Well, wait. It's coming, what, October 5th?
Yeah, sometime beginning of next week?
No, it's the week after. Well, I mean, okay.
October
But
5th.
when you hear this, it's a week later. I'm sorry. It's a
I
couple
don't know
days
how it
later
works.
by when they hear this.
Oh, is it? That's what's today?
Today is September 20.
What's the date you said? The 5th?
October 5th.
Yeah, it's next Tuesday. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you right.
When you hear this, it's in a couple of days.
Yes, in a couple of days we might stream it. I don't know what time it starts, but here we are. Mm-hmm. We'll figure it out.
It
Probably
better goddamn well be Crash, you motherfuckers.
It won't be.
I know,
it won't
but
be.
it just he's the character that makes the most sense, and that's why it won't be.
Listen, man, it's the way it be.
Nothing matters.
So let's get that list up of what was shown at the Nintendo event, besides just roasting them for announcing more shit. Nintendo Showcase. Why is it so hard for me to type today? It's probably because I exploded a toilet at 2 a.m.
That must be it.
Exactly. All right. So there were a ton of games shown in general, at least. Like, you know, like it wasn't just announcing the directs, but like
No, it wasn't.
there was a ton of stuff shown. This is on the Game Rant article. So if we miss anything, guess what, Game Rant? You fucked up.
God damn you, Game Rant.
So
All right.
this is just a list, not necessarily in order, I don't believe. I don't think so.
No, this so far, as I'm
Loosely?
reading it from the top, it's in order.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I said cool. I didn't say anything else. But my Google Assistant is like, oh, what do you want? So the directs that were announced, there was 2, correct?
Yes, there's Animal Crossing one and Smash Brothers one.
Yes. So 2 directs that are coming in the future. Animal Crossing one, no offense, don't give a fuck. Smash Brothers one, also no offense, don't really give a fuck because I don't own that game.
I give a fuck.
Yeah, like it'll be cool to see what the character.
I haven't
is.
played in a very long time, but you better close correctly. I know that. It's the last character.
They very much made it like all they cemented in the point that this will be the end of this game pretty much. Like it's over.
Building on what we talked about real quick before we leave Smash Brothers, what we talked about last week with games that should be forever or whatever.
Yeah.
I would like this game to serve as the GTA Online or the Warzone of Nintendo.
That'd be
I
nice.
think you can come out with a new Smash Brothers, but Ultimate should just be the one where like you keep adding characters and stages to, and it should become a service.
Like, what would the next Smash even be called?
I don't know.
Because Ultimate is like the pinnacle, you know.
I don't know, but I feel like if you call this
Smash
Ultimate,
Brothers Pinnacle.
there you go. But then Ultimate all of a sudden means less now.
Yes, it does.
They should just be called Smash Brothers Online at that point.
Smash Brothers Infinite.
But then where do you go after that?
You don't. That's the one.
Then they have to change Ultimate to Infinite then and make Ultimate.
No, Ultimate is what it is, but Infinite is Ultimate plus everything else. That's like the next step. It's like we copy pasta and then we just keep adding for funsies, which is honestly no event. I feel like Smash Brothers has too many characters. Like how many of those characters do you play?
Personally?
Yes, you don't play every single one.
Well, of course I don't play every single
But
one.
that's you play them when they come out. Maybe cool, right? Like here's who Sephiroth. Let's just say him comes out. Fun to play at first, but then you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna play Mario. You know, like it's
Mario, Sonic, Pikachu, Pit, Cloud. I'm missing someone in there that I play with. These are the people like that I'm just good with. Like I can pick them at any point and do well.
It's just one of those things where it's like, that's like 1/48th of like the fucking total. Like, and like these other characters, there's a lot that I wouldn't want to see like a pie chart of like how often characters are played. Actually, because like I feel like there's games people don't play everyone. Nobody plays everyone. There's too many.
I don't think there will ever be a Smash Brothers again that gets to this many characters. I'll put that out there.
Do you think Smash Brothers dies then?
No, I just think that it gets retooled, or I think we're going to
remastered.
Not remastered. Well, Ultimate's pretty much a remaster. It's a remaster of 4, and they just added mad characters to it. I think that the next one is just going to have to be. I don't know what. It's to Smash Brothers is to the point now where they can come out with it again and they can just call it Smash Brothers. It's that old. Like it came out on 64. To the point,
I could see them doing that and just calling it Smash
but
Brothers.
It's a completely new
it's third person over the shoulder camera.
I'm not playing Smash Bros anymore once it's like that. Or
it's a first person shooter now.
Yeah, then all of a sudden Chris is gonna be like, Smash Brothers is great all of a sudden.
Love it. It's my jam.
Or they change it to what we talked about before. Like I think they make Smash something else. Like what if we got like Super Smash Kart now? And now it's all those characters, but it's a Mario Kart game, but you bring
fight with cars. Transformers.
Do it, Nintendo.
That's the last character is Optimus Prime.
That happens every so left field, and I'm not even mad. I'm just like, okay.
The last character is Chris Pratt Mario.
It's just Mario with a realistic Chris Pratt head on his shoulders.
Yeah. 100%. We'll get to that.
Yes.
So, first game that was shown was some little DLC for Monster Hunter Rise called Sunbreak. I will admit it looked very badass.
It looks nice. I just never got into a Monster Hunter game.
I agree. I tried World, and that was pretty much where I was like, this is too much for me, in the sense that it's not even that it's too much. There's not enough substance there for me to give a shit about. Because it's like you're doing the same combos every single time to take down these monsters, and you're taking down those monsters tons of times to get the materials to make the armor of those monsters. So it's like you're doing the same thing, and then you're doing the same thing again.
I played
over and over
the demo of World, and it didn't make me want the full game. Yeah. I think if enough people were playing it, like enough people I knew were playing it a lot, I'd play it just because, like, all right, and now it's a social thing. Now I'll learn through osmosis of playing with everybody else.
True. It's just one of, I don't know, even playing with friends. Like, I remember when I played back when everyone still was hype on it when it first came out, it was like, it got old real fast. Like, I was just like, yeah, it's fun when we started. Like, holy crap, look at this big monster. And now it's just like, okay, we've killed it 5 times now because none of us have gotten the drop of, like, his horn, and we need to kill him again.
Right.
Like, it's just, I see the appeal, but I also am like, I'm not grinding that much for a piece of armor. Fuck you. Sorry.
Well said.
Next after that, Mario Party Superstars.
I mean, it seems this Mario Party, they took some of the favorite games from the Mario parties and made a Mario Party.
I think the big thing with this one was that they showed 3 new maps that were like classic maps remastered. There's like Yoshi's Island or something like that. What was the other thing that was shown? It was Woody Woods, Yoshi's Tropical Island, and
Woody
Horror
Woods.
Land. Those are the 3 that are confirmed in the lineup. So cool. It's a Mario Party. Just remember, as always, nothing matters.
Nothing ever.
But yeah, it's a good time. I mean, I don't understand the point of making. I feel like Mario Party is in the same spot as Smash. Like, why would you make another one? Just add more mini games.
And then they made Super Mario Party for Switch, and then spoiler alert, it's Mario Party.
It's the same thing every time. It's just different mini games.
I don't know.
It's like Jackbox.
I think you can go more You can go more places with Smash Brothers than you can with Mario Party. but I think both of them are definitely in need. I don't know how you refresh Mario Party though. I can give an idea of how you refresh Smash Brothers. I don't know how you make Mario Party different, or if they even would want to. I think that's just something that comes out and it's like you like it or you don't.
It's like the yearly sports game, but for Nintendo, pretty much.
Right.
Next was Ant's favorite game.
Y'all know why I hated this. Voice of Cards. The Isle Dragon Roars. There's cards in it. I was like, nope, next. Get to the next one.
That was my favorite one that showed up, though, because like I was in the chat at Haptic Stream, and I was like, oh, Ant loves this shit. And then you just were silent and didn't say anything.
Oh, yeah.
You just didn't even give me the time of day for that joke.
It was because, that wasn't your fault. It was because, that's why I came back in so late, is because I turned on the stream, because I wanted to give them the stream for me. But I was like walking around, I was doing shit, I was watching it.
Gotcha.
So like I had my phone like on a table, but I'm like focused on the direct. But then when stuff started popping off that I really wanted to talk about, that's when I came back to my phone.
Yes, and they definitely showed some fire stuff at the end. But after that card game that Ant will never play,
never, ever.
Disco Elysium, the final cut. I don't remember seeing this.
I remember seeing it, but I'm not into Disco Elysium. I don't know enough about Disco Elysium to even understand why it's a big deal. Mm-hmm. I know nothing about Disco Elysium.
After that, we got some Age of Calamity from Hyrule Warriors, the expansion that was shown. There were 2 new characters that were shown off towards the end of it.
Are people still playing this?
Apparently. I mean, they added more shit. I didn't even know this was a game. I thought this was Breath of the Wild DLC, because I don't know that this is a thing. But here we are. Yeah. It is the second wave of the DLC for the Hyrule Warriors game, if you are a big fan of it. Purah and Robbie, those 2 new characters, are actually like existing ones, but they're now playable. Mm-hmm. And what was the thing? Purchasing this wave of the DLC will also give players access to new story stages, character actions, and 1 more playable character that has not been shown yet. So there's a lot coming to that game. I don't really know what it is, like gameplay wise, like if it's actually like Zelda or if it's like
it's Dynasty Warriors.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, did you play? They made a Persona version of this game. I've
never played a Persona.
They're called Mosu games.
What?
It's like a sea of enemies, and it's almost like a button masher.
Oh, okay. So it's like, okay.
It's very arcadey.
Okay.
This is just the Zelda version of it.
All right, that's not terrible.
No, it's not. It's not even a horrible game. It's just you don't hear people mentioning it anymore. Yeah. Like.
All right.
I played the demo. I'm like, this is fine. I like it, but I don't like it enough to spend money. I don't want it.
This is like the dinner roll that you get in between your appetizer and your meal. Because you got your appetizer, Breath of the Wild, which is technically in and of itself a meal. But then Breath of the Wild 2 is your big meal.
No, Breath of the Wild is this is like, hey, we just had that fulfilling meal of Breath of the Wild. Hey, let's go to an after spot and just get a little dessert, little extra. Let's go get some drinks. That's what this is.
Okay.
This is
not a bad thing.
And then Breath of the Wild 2 is, they just opened up this luxury restaurant across town. We gotta try that shit out. And we're just waiting for the construction to be done.
Analogies. That's what you come here for, motherfuckers.
I know that's why you come here.
This next one pissed me off.
Why?
Because it's really just a copy and paste. Like I hate it.
Of the old one? Of the old Chocobo?
I didn't even know there was an old one. It just really pissed me off because it's Mario Kart. And it's like, it's trying too hard to be like...
This is old as shit, though.
This is new? Like, this is like a thing already?
Chocobo, it was called Chocobo Racing, and it was on PlayStation 1. So, yes, it was a Mario Kart, a copy, like all the kart races are after Mario Kart. But they're just updating it for the Switch, I guess.
But like it looks so like crappy.
If you put any of those
CCR
kart racers
itself does not look crappy comparatively. While it is a rip of Mario Kart, I will at least give it where credit's due. They made it their own.
They did.
I cannot.
I've never played this to know that if it's.
I've never played it, but looking at it, I'm like, bro, everything is the same. Like the fucking line of the boxes and shit, as opposed to CTR where there's like, you know, you have to hit them in different areas. They're not just like a line, like here they are.
Like Mario Kart is.
Yeah, like it's the same thing. And then they try to like cutie it, like make it super cutesy when Final Fantasy is not.
But this was always like that. The Chocobo racing games were like that.
I hate that. It's here's the thing. If you like it, sure. Play Mario Kart instead. You'll have a better time.
Oh, for sure. You should always play more. Any kart racer. I know that's the people who live by CTR. I love CTR. But nothing compares to like, especially the last Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Nothing
I don't even
compares to
own
it.
that, but I will still say that. I will put my fucking hand on the sword. That's a phrase, I guess. Next. Big announcement that was leaked prior to the actual show. Kirby.
I want this.
The Forgotten Land. And the Forgotten Land. Kirby and it. Not the Forgotten Land, but you know.
Kirby is a land and no one remembers him.
I didn't know this was Kirby from the start of the trailer.
The only reason I knew it is because it leaked before.
See, like but the thing that was like that made me not think it was Kirby. Like I thought it was like one of those leaks that happen where it's like it misleads you and then something else happens because like it does not look like a Kirby game.
It doesn't.
Rip.
But that's what made it stand out even more because in the leak they put up the Japanese art of it. So when I saw it, I was like, all right. And you looked at the scenery, I was like, well, then they showed this. I was like, oh, that looks familiar. That's the Kirby game. Mm-hmm. It's the same exact scenery as the poster. But yes, if I did not see that leak, I would never think that was Kirby.
Exactly. But like it's like post-apocalyptic almost. Like this giant world. Like
it looked like cartoon Last of Us.
Pretty much, yeah. Like I watch a lot of I watch this channel on YouTube. I watch a lot of this channel. That's what I tried to say. I'm bad at words. It's called Abroad in Japan. And there's like islands in Japan that are just like cities like this that are just abandoned completely. And it's like skyscrapers and shit. And like nobody lives there. It's just an island that exists. And it doesn't have people anymore. And it very much reminded me of that. And I was like, this is very interesting. Like, especially coming from like Nintendo as well. I'm like, oh shit, like they're kind of pulling from their own like geography
ecosystem.
So I'm like, yeah, this is dope. It pretty much looks like Mario Odyssey, but Kirby. Yeah. I'm curious to see what the story is like. If there is like a big story, or if it's just like a literally just make your way through this world type thing.
I just like the idea of a 3D open world Kirby game.
True.
Kirby is another thing that needed some kind of refresh.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see it.
I don't think I've ever played a Kirby game in my life besides playing him as my main in Smash. That's
really?
But I've never seen a Kirby game before. That's the thing. Like I never had a Nintendo system in the first place. So like I never had the opportunity to even get Kirby games. But then also like you go to like Toys R Us and they have like the setups and shit. There was never a Kirby game on any of those screens when I was a kid.
Man, when you were a kid, no.
Yeah.
Because I remember
missed that, like both.
Yeah. I remember going and playing Kirby on the little Game Boy kiosk. Mm-hmm. I used to live for the Kirby games. I remember playing Kirby 1. Somebody else had it. And I was like, this is amazing. And then Kirby 2 came out. And I remember getting it for Game Boy. Mm-hmm. And then Kirby Superstar came out for Super Nintendo. And then Kirby 3 came out for Super Nintendo. And after a while, I think I stopped playing them just because Kirby is like my first platformer, like baby's first platformer. Some are harder than other ones. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll give it that. I don't want to completely shit on Kirby. Like, Kirby's a very simple formula. It's not a hard game, but it's an entertaining game at the same time, though.
It's like Mario, but instead of throwing fireballs, you're sucking.
Yes.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But you can, like, always fly as Kirby. So it was one of those games where, like, well, I'm going to just fly over this entire stage and get to the end. But, they stopped making it that easy after a while. Like, you can't do that now. Mm-hmm. But what I'm trying to say is the formula for Kirby rarely ever changed unless it was a side game, like Kirby's Dream Course or Kirby's Pinball or something like that.
I wonder what the pinball game was like.
You played it and you didn't play it.
It's just pinball, right?
You said you hated Pokemon Pinball, right?
Yeah.
And you played that, right?
Yeah.
That's it's
just pinball.
Yeah, it's Kirby that.
Bad.
You should like that game. That one anyway. Bad. But yeah. So I'm interested in this one because it's a nice change from the norm.
It gives him a nice refresh,
Right.
like that he probably needed
Desperately.
Yeah. So I like it. And then after that, we got a game that is a thing that I own and I play, and it's okay. Mario Golf Super Rush, a free update's coming. Among the announcements during the direct, this includes a new character of Koopa Troopa and Ninja, which didn't know that existed as a Mario character. It looks like Fall Guys.
He comes from Mario 2.
Mario, like Super Mario Bros. 2?
Super Mario Brothers 2. That's where he comes from.
What part of the game does Ninja come from?
They're those little like star ninja guys who like jump up and down.
Oh, I'm thinking about 3. I've never played 2.
Yeah, season 2.
I've never played 2, so that makes sense. Never mind. I'm dumb, and numbers I'm not good at. But yes, as of this writing, according to GameRat, the update is now available for download as well. So if you have that game, which I know a couple of our listeners definitely love that game, go pick up that and play as Fall Guys and an Among Us looking guy. He looks like Fall Guys Among Us.
Fall Among Us.
Yes. Next, Disney's Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition. You like my Disney voice?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, it's like the Disney
Your
trailer.
feature presentation.
Originally from the Nintendo 3DS library, already losing me. Disney's Magical World 2 is set to be released for the Nintendo Switch as Disney Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition, which is funny because it's not really that much different. I guess it's like slightly remastered. It looks like you're using crappy versions of Mii's in Disney settings. You can interact with Disney characters, create costumes and furniture, and explore different Disney worlds. And it's currently set to release in the holiday season. It's pretty much Kingdom Hearts Animal Crossing.
Yeah, no.
So,
Don't care.
Yeah, that was a thing. Next, this one's weird to me.
Very weird. KOTOR, Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
It's coming to Switch. And for me, that's like, but y'all are about to remaster it.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. I get maybe the Nintendo Switch can't handle the remaster. Which
Probably
is
not.
fine.
Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, why wouldn't you wait for the remaster and then downgrade it or something as opposed to just releasing the same game? Because, like, if I want that game, I can just go buy that on Steam right now for, like, $2 pretty much.
I can only assume that they're doing this to get people who aren't familiar into it, and maybe they don't have peace. Maybe this is the only thing they have.
That makes sense.
This is your only way in. Like if I'm a kid and I have no way to get it myself, and my parents just gave me a Switch.
Yeah.
And this is the only way I can play it. Maybe this is good for them, and then later on they can buy the remaster when they have an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like here's another thing: they can't charge more than $20 for this. If they charge anything more than $20, I would say 15 is perfect. If they charge anything more than that, then I feel like they are missing all of the marks of, because like, as at that point, it's like literally, fuck the Switch, get the goddamn Steam Deck, and then get it on there. Like, there's so many more games you can have on there that you can get for like pennies.
Next to nothing.
Yeah, like summer Steam sales that comes out. Like, there's literally a collection you can buy on Steam that is every Star Wars game ever fucking made for like $100. And it's like 50 to 60 games.
It's a hell of a deal. That's
Yeah.
like $2 a game.
It's insane. And like, here's the thing. I'm not going to get it because it's like, I don't need all of those. But like, if I can do that, why the fuck would I spend $20 on it on the Switch when it's going to come out remastered for PS5? Probably look dope as shit after the small cinematic we got.
Yeah.
That looked gorgeous. It just makes no sense. But here I am just bitching about new Star Wars content.
Speaking of the Steam Deck, you seen all these Steam Deck articles coming out?
I've seen a lot of like the what's it called? The developers are getting it and shit, but I've not seen anything like specific.
All the developers are getting it, and they're saying their games they're getting hands on, and things run flawlessly on it. Steam Deck is looking like a very, very, very good prospect.
I can't wait until Steam just like charges my money from that, and then I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh, and then I just have that moment of realization that I'm about to be really happy.
When they charge me for that, I'm gonna be like, the fuck is this? My Steam Deck is coming. I'm just gonna breathe heavily for 10 minutes.
Just it's fine, man. It's gonna be a great time.
Take that $600 haymaker to the face out of nowhere on a random
Yeah, you
day.
got the big boy version. I forgot about that.
And my defense for that at the time was that I don't have a PC. Now,
I mean, to be fair,
if I don't have a PC by the time this comes,
I'm
to
just
me,
saying at the moment, to be fair,
if I had the Steam Deck
the
right
argument's
now,
still fine.
if I had the Steam Deck right now, yes.
Yeah, but it's just you don't have a PC right now, so like for the moment, you're good. It's coming, but like until then, you're still good.
Next year, that's when mine comes anyway.
Yeah. But all right, next up, the Dying Light 2 Stay Human Cloud version and Dying Light Platinum Edition.
I've never played Dying Light. Do you know anything about Dying Light?
I know nothing about it, but the fact that it's cloud version is abysmal.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to.
That was one thing that I very much got hinted on by the Haptic guys and their reaction, because they were like, oh, cool, Dying Light, and then it said cloud version. I'm like, oh no, fuck that shit, immediately. And I'm like, I don't understand the point of having a cloud edition of a game if your console, because obviously the console can't run it. That's the thing. Like it's running over the internet as opposed to being like on your console. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know, man. It's just a weird thing.
It is weird.
But it's only cloud streaming, and then another thing is that players need to have a strong internet connection the whole time, at all times while playing. So like with the Switch, that's really annoying because you're a mobile player with the Switch.
You take it out of the house, you can't even play.
Yeah, you can't play it at all. So there's that. It is coming out on October 19th, so in about 2 or so weeks. Pre-orders are currently available, and the cloud version of Stay Human will be released on February 4th, 2022. Next.
Triangle Strategy.
Man, I don't like
From
these
the
games.
makers of Octopath Traveler. Square puts these RPGs. I have Octopath Traveler. I love Octopath Traveler. I didn't beat it. It's very long, but I like it a whole lot. That was their way of making a more modern, early Final Fantasy-esque JRPG game at the time. Mm-hmm. Triangle Strategy is their way to make a Final Fantasy Tactics-esque modern day game.
I see why people like it, but it's just one of those things where it's like I know it's not for me, and like I personally cannot see the appeal anymore. Like I get it, but I also don't.
See, me coming from the era where these were like the games, like the RPGs, like I get the appeal. I'm not gonna get this one. I like the Octopath Live. I'm not gonna get this one, but these games are like reading a good book. Like they're like just follow me here. They're like
fucking reading books, nerd.
I am a nerd. I have no books. It's like revisiting a familiar formula, something you can just chill out with. Not necessarily turn your brain off because it's a JRPG, so there's a lot of dialogue. But
it's like Deathloop.
No, it's compared to an old school JRPG, Deathloop is nothing. But it's like, it has that trope of like early Final Fantasy, early Dragon Quest. It's you go into shops, you get the latest gear, you go grind levels, you level up, you fight bosses, you discover castles or caves or caverns or whatever, you get the treasure out. Like it's just a loop.
All the seas.
Yeah.
Castles, caverns, and caves. Oh my.
That might be the title.
No.
No, it's not.
It's not. If you know, you know.
Right. Yeah. It's just that familiar loop. And if you came up in that JRPG era, then these games kind of hit that soft spot for
Gotcha.
you. This was like the Super Nintendo early PlayStation 1 era.
Okay. I can see it, but I won't be buying it.
Yeah. See, if I wasn't from that era, I'd be where you are.
Yeah. But March 4th, 2022, that's when it's set to release. You can pre-order now if you'd like to. Go for it. Don't let my weird opinions make you go against it. Next, a game which I don't think I will be getting personally, but you seem like you very much are excited for.
Metroid Dread.
Metroid
Getting
Dread.
it. I can't wait.
Day
I'm excited.
one-ish.
It is day one for me. Good old classic Metroid. Side-scrolling ass Metroid.
Yep. It also comes out alongside the OLED model of the Switch on October 8th.
It does.
Which is very interesting that we literally months ago thought that the Switch Pro was going to be announced.
I still think that's coming.
Oh, that's the thing.
Weirdly.
Like, that has to. I feel like that has to be coming for Breath of the Wild 2. Like, I feel like that makes the most sense. Mm-hmm. But like, we thought that was going to come. Then this was shown, and we're like, oh, okay, that's weird. And now this is the game that they're launching with it. Is kind of interesting. It's interesting to see, and I'd like to see how it performs on the OLED model. I feel like the performance is going to be the same. It's more like the look, I guess. But
I have a feeling, and I hate this, but that Breath of the Wild 2, it would say it was delayed. I think it's more delayed than we think. I think Breath of the Wild 2 is going to come out late next year.
2022. Yeah.
Yes. Like
there's
holiday.
no way close. That's.
I mean, initially when they pushed it from this holiday, I'm like, okay, it's going to come out first or second quarter.
Yeah.
Like Breath of the Wild 1 did. It came out with the Switch. But I don't know why. There's nothing immediately telling me that. But I feel like this game isn't as close as we think it is. It might be a year from this part of the year.
I wouldn't doubt it, to be honest with you. As of this point, I just expect games to never come. And then when they do, I'm like, oh, whoa, look at that. Like Deathloop.
Right.
Like, I'm like, it's never coming out. And then it did. And then we were like, wait, it comes out next week?
Right.
Like, and now it's amazing.
I'd love to be wrong on this, but I feel like if they are going to release another Switch, I feel like they'd go out of their way to try to time it with Breath of the Wild 2.
True. 100%.
Because they know
either that or Mario, but I don't know why they would do it with Mario.
I feel like they know if anything is going to sell a console that has to come out right at the same day of it, it's going to be Breath of the Wild 2.
100%.
When it comes to Switch.
Yeah. Agreed. Next up, a little quick one of Shadowrun Trilogy.
I know nothing of Shadowrun.
Neither do I. All three titles in the Shadowrun series will be coming to Nintendo Switch sometime in 2022. That's Shadowrun Returns, Shadowrun Dragonfall, and Shadowrun Hong Kong. Apparently, it's still unknown if any of the DLC from those games are going to be included, but we don't know. Sometime 2022. Mm-hmm. Next, you've heard it in the What Did We Play This Week section already.
Yeah, man.
Someone was playing it while having some QT.
Yeah, I was.
It was some QT.
I was spending quality time with my wife because I'm like, no, I've been mixing all week, mixing the podcast, getting things done. I'm sitting in the living room. We're both on the couch watching TV. And we're like, oh, yes. No. We watched What If, the latest episode of that.
Very good.
Very good.
The Party Thor.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of Star Wars Visions?
No, I can't wait. I want to, though.
Bro, it's so good.
It looks, I'm going, I don't need to know anything about Star Wars, do I? Can I just watch it?
You can just watch it.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I know it would be even better if I did, but it looks like I can just turn this on and watch it.
Yeah, you can. The beauty of it is, I know it kind of makes me sad, is none of it's canon to the Star Wars universe. It's just like a anthology series. It was also all released at once. Which
really?
Yeah, every single episode's out right now. And it's fucking gorgeous. Like 14 minutes an episode, and if you haven't watched it, there's something wrong with you.
All right, I'm going to watch it. Something's wrong with me. I'm going to watch it immediately. So yeah, we're just chilling. And I made her sit through the Nintendo Direct with me while we ate dinner.
Sure, that was great. Quality time. Quality.
But right after that, we turned on things she can get into as well. We turned on What If. And I forgot what we watched after that. But my point is, after the Direct went off, I grabbed my Switch, reached off screen, grabbed my Switch, and went immediately to the store, bought Castlevania Advance, let it download, put it away, and we started watching whatever we watched after What If, and I calmly turned around and grabbed my Switch, and as we're sitting there, I'm just playing through Castlevania as we played.
Dude, when you messaged me that, you literally messaged me in Discord and you're like, I'm playing Castlevania during this quality time. I audibly said, you son of a bitch. And Ryan was like, what's going on? Because he's in my room and I'm like, look at this motherfucker.
Which was even funnier because the reason I was making sure to get that quality time in is because that's the same night we jumped on Deathloop. I jumped on Deathloop. Were you playing Deathloop too?
I was playing Ghost of Tsushima.
That's right.
I
That's
think,
right.
and then I switched over to Deathloop once you hop
Right.
on. Yeah.
So he's waiting for me. Like, I got to spend this time first. And then when my house goes to bed, I'll come down and hop on so we can have some streaming shit. So I'm spending the quality time playing Castlevania. And then, like, she goes to bed. We ate. I got her all this food. So she got sleepy. She went up. She went to bed. It was one of those moments where I peek in. I'm like, she's asleep. I go into my son's room, like, he's asleep. Then I turn off my Switch and I go right down here and just start playing Deathloop.
Yeah. It was a good time. How far are you in Deathloop, by the way?
Not that
Side
far.
note.
I think I got to the point where, what's her name? The girl in Deathloop, the main girl who invades you.
I actually
Juliana
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, she invaded me for the first time,
Okay.
and then I got rid of her. I'm 2 missions after that, where Colt's finally like, okay, I get what's going on.
Yeah.
And now I'm on top of it, and I'm gonna go wreck shit.
Have you gone to the safe yet?
Yeah, and it was.
You know the 8 people.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I didn't want to spoil that.
I'm like a mission or 2 after he finds that out.
Gotcha. You're close to getting the good gun,
I can't wait.
and then you can wear your tuxedo as well, which is
Right.
also a fucking. You look
Oh yeah, you showed me that.
like fucking Will Smith and Men in Black, just like fresh to death, you know.
Yeah, right now I just got on the default.
Hell yeah. But yeah, Castlevania looked good. I've never played it. Maybe we play it for channel when PC comes back. For fuck's sake, we got options. Moving forward, there was a game called
ActRaiser Renaissance. Now, ActRaiser, if you remember,
this is a thing that has been a thing before.
This was a Super Nintendo game that they're remaking.
Oh yeah, now I know. The picture didn't do it justice. I forgot what it looked like. Now I know. It's a side scroller, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
If you remember from the episode of things we don't like in games, where I said I hate cards, and I hate when you have to be God mode and build shit.
Yeah.
This is that game I was talking about. This is the game where it has a dope ass side scrolling segment, but then there's a segment where you have to play God and build your village out in your town and take care of the.
I remember that part of the trailer. Yeah.
That's this game.
It's
that's
Age of Empire mixed with like Castlevania, pretty much.
So and when they showed it, I was like, "Holy, what are the odds?"
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I didn't like the way it looked, man. Like the character animation was kind of weird. It's like 3D, but not.
yeah, that's where
I don't like it.
remaking like old games is a very sensitive. You have to do it right.
You're in a fine line section right there, in my opinion. I feel like we're getting like blown up on Save Before Quitting.
Yo, we're getting that. We're getting told we're getting hits on that shit.
Listen, if you haven't checked out our shit yet on Save Before Quitting, you should, because geez, there's some good stuff going up.
Breaking news from Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog on The Last of Us 2 multiplayer. For now, we'll say that we love what the team is developing and want to give them time to build out their ambitious project. We'll reveal more when it's ready. So they were asked about the multiplayer, and all they said was yes and wait. It literally just happened as we're recording.
Well, that's interesting.
It says, in short, we're working on it. We see the community comments as many of you clamor for multiplayer and want updates. For now, we'll say that we love what the team is developing, everything I just said. To that end, we've been busy growing from our team inside the kennel since Last of Us Part 2 launched and is currently in full swing of hiring for multiplayer-related positions. Hint, hint. So if you or somebody you know qualifies for anything you see on our jobs page, apply. In the meantime, another Last of Us Day, I guess they had a Last of Us Day, comes to a close. We hope that you had much fun, yada, yada, yada. So yes, if anyone knows how to work on multiplayer stuff, Naughty Dog is hiring, and they're still working on Last of Us 2 multiplayer.
Not me.
I'm assuming at this point, Last of Us 2, this multiplayer thing has to be its own game at this point.
Yeah.
I don't even, this reads to me like it's not just DLC. It's its own thing.
That'd be interesting. I'd be very interested. It's a BR. But yeah, back to Nintendo for a second, because I'm very interested in this game.
Deltarune
Chapter 2. This looks super cool. The music was fucking amazing.
Well, yeah, those people make great stuff.
What's the one game called? I'm terrible at fucking names. That they are well known for with Sans.
Fucking why can't I think of it on top of my head? I was hoping it would be in this article.
I thought it would, but it's not. Sadly.
Undertale.
I
don't know why I didn't
I
name it.
love the idea of Undertale and how it's really not about the characters. It's more like that little like box where you just protect your heart or whatever it is. I love that. And this seems to be using elements of that and a lot more. And then also the color palette is gorgeous. I really, really like it. I
want to play these games, but I don't want to play these games without playing Undertale.
True. That makes sense, yeah. I feel like Undertale is like insanely hard though. Like at the beginning it's like fine, but then it gets really hard towards the end. And I don't think I could personally beat it myself. I just know that I can't.
I see a playthrough coming to fruition at some point. I'll play through it.
Yeah, I'll stand to the side because I know I won't be able to beat it without like throwing something.
No, we're gonna make our way downtown.
Yeah, but this is available for Nintendo Switch alongside the game's first chapter. Those who have already downloaded Deltarune's first chapter can get the second as a free update. So that's pretty neat. The next one is a big one technically.
Yes.
I've never played one of these games in any of the franchise. I like
played
the
a demo.
concept.
Yeah.
The concept is really cool to me because I think it's like so Splatoon 3, you need to like paint the area, like the map, while also like third person shooting and killing your enemies. So it's like that is the thing, but also like the coverage of the map with your color is the thing. And like I really like that idea. I think that's really cool. But like I don't know like why I've never, because like I have a Switch now, so I could technically just dive right in.
I think for some reason I feel like you'd like it. Splatoon is Nintendo's shooter.
Yeah.
Like if they had to have a shooter, this is their shooter.
Do you know what the city's name is in this game?
No, what is it?
It's called Splatsville.
There you go. It fits right in. Splatsville. We're a family show.
Yeah, it was just ketchup bottle. Anyway, sorry. I don't know, man. The verbiage of this game is just so weird to me because like if you read the second paragraph that they put, the new setting in Splatoon 3 will be a city named Splatsville, a place known for chaos. This is likely a reflection of Splatoon 2's final Splatfest, which resulted in Pearl and Team Chaos winning over Marina and Team Order. The fuck does that mean, bro?
Order and chaos.
Yeah, but like
but that was a Splatoon.
what does that have to do with octopuses and ink, bro?
Octopuses have ink. That's right.
Those-
I just want your head to explode.
But those are two things that I said, what does that have to do with this? And then you said, well, they relate to each other.
Isn't that
and
like
that doesn't relate to the first things I said.
their mascot? I don't know. I don't play Splatoon.
I don't get it.
They can change into octopus and go under the ink. Under the paint.
Yeah, but like, why? You know?
I don't know. These are just
my
things
thing.
that I know that happen in Splatoon. If you are a Splatoon expert out there, please school us.
Are you a Splatoonist?
If you're a Splatoonist, please let us.
Splatspurt?
You got one more.
A Spleenius?
All right, that's it. Stop it, because that last one was garbage.
Splarbage? Oh man, I'm in physical pain.
I'm gonna call the authorities.
Oh man, please do it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I've played a demo of Splatoon 2. That's the most Splatoon I've ever played.
Maybe we try this. I don't know if we try this.
Pick up 2 from somewhere. It's probably cheap now, just to get a feel.
It's a Nintendo game. There's no way in fucking hell that it's cheap.
It's like $10 cheaper now. That's as cheap as they get.
You mean it's $10 cheaper, but then there's $10 of tax?
Yeah,
there's
so
a fee.
It's like $6 cheaper.
Splatoon 3 comes 2022. Last reveal.
Big boy reveal.
Big reveal. It was very funny watching Haptic's live reaction because neither of the two have any connection to the series.
I don't either.
So like they were kind of just like, yeah, that's a thing that happened. Well, there is another thing that happened, which is the final thing we're talking about, just so we're not going to miss out on the big news of the Nintendo. Because no offense, everything else doesn't matter.
Yeah, you saw my
Nothing else
reaction.
matters. There's one thing that we will get to in a moment. But Bayonetta 3, this looked really cool.
Yes.
The gameplay was fun. I liked the opening cinematic a lot. It was neat to see in like a Nintendo-driven game actual guns, if that makes sense. Like from like I don't know if you consider the people who make Bayonetta like first party to Nintendo or not, but like it's interesting to see like a game that's not like for kids.
Yes.
And beyond like the main, this is our last reveal. And that was refreshing to me because it's one of those things where it's like Nintendo has this like, I wouldn't say it's like a crux, but like they're the kid console, you know, like it's for kids, but like there are adults that love the games and whatnot. And this very much shows like it's not just for kids.
No.
This is like, these are real guns. Like
Nintendo
not ink boys that turn into splat people.
Nintendo.
Spleeple.
God. Stop it.
Bayonetta.
Stop talking. Nintendo.
Splatinetta. Can she be in the Splatoon? She was fucking like splat guns on her heels, dude. Like ink guns.
She's shooting them with real bullets.
Yeah.
And they're shooting paint. Nintendo at one point was definitely like, we're for kids, especially during a lot early in their reign. Like Nintendo, like NES was whatever. Super Nintendo, like, we're just for kids. Mortal Kombat 1 doesn't have blood. Even though that's the reason people would buy it at the time. But they quickly turned that around because the Mortal Kombat 2 came out, like, yeah, put all the blood and fatalities and all that shit in there. And but they've always like geared themselves toward the younger gamer or family-friendly gaming. But I think after a while they were just like, yeah, no, because even Game Boy Advance came out and like, yeah, put Grand Theft Auto on that. Fuck it. Get paid. But I don't know. Bayonetta is beloved. I've personally never played a Bayonetta game. It gets so much love though that I would love to play a Bayonetta. I have the first two, just never played them.
Yeah,
I have them on my Xbox because I think they were like free 1 month or something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, people talk about this. Let me get it, and it's just been on there forever. Never touched it. Yeah, so this is a big deal because people have been waiting to hear more of what's happening with Bayonetta 3. So there it is.
Yeah. I liked a lot of the gameplay too. It looks like she can like turn into giant monsters to fight the giant monsters. But like the cool part to me was like, so it looks like you play as the monster, right? Like you're controlling the monster, but in the foreground is Bayonetta like doing like almost like dance moves to like
while
control
shooting
the
guns
monster
out of her feet or something. Shit.
But she's like controlling it with like her dances and stuff, and like the monster's fighting the big monster, like her monster.
She has these teleporting fists that come out,
dude.
And shit.
It looks really cool. I might have to pick it up because I like the way it looked. It's almost like a dreary looking thing too. Like the environment is like gray, and then everything else like that happens, like when Bayonetta shows up, like her like abilities and like the monsters are all like colorful and like bright, while the world that it's set in is like, I don't know,
dreary.
Like fucking, what's the one movie with the plane and the woman and the guy?
That's every movie. But go on.
Like they're standing on the track and he's got like the fedora and he's like, I gotta go, baby. And
Casablanca?
Yeah, Casablanca.
The movie with the plane, the woman, and the guy.
That's all I know because of the great movie ride at Walt Disney World.
That's 148 movies you just described.
Listen.
That's Snakes on a Plane, if you wanted it to be it.
Technically, yes. It's also Hitch.
It is also Hitch.
Great movie. We're gonna reference Hitch every single time.
That's fine.
Hitchcast. What's the song at the end of the movie? Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it?
Basic principles. There are none. Dun, 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 dun. I've seen that movie too many times.
I love that movie. Oh! The fucking CVS mirror.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Come on!
The way he drank it to the side, like, bruh. Okay, sorry. Video games again. So speaking of movies, the biggest news of the Nintendo Direct.
It was my time to shine. It was the OG's moment.
So the Mario movie has been in development.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the other thing.
What is the other thing? Oh, I don't. That's last because that's a good thing.
Oh, got it.
That's good.
Okay,
we're
I'm
talking
sorry.
about this.
I got ahead of myself.
Yes,
Let's
that's
go.
great. We're gonna talk about some not so great, and then we're gonna end it with the banger. So the Mario movie has been in development with Illumination for a little bit now. They pretty much said that there's nothing to show yet, which is fine because obviously it's a movie they're being worked on. But they did have the cast to show. Now here's the thing. Some of these are hits and some of these are misses, in my personal opinion. I think the only one that I'm not a huge fan of is Mario. Like, because I just don't know what it's going to be. And I don't know if I'm confident. So starting off of it, Mario is Chris Pratt.
He is.
He released a video on his Instagram talking about when he was a kid and like playing the game and stuff, which was very cool. But like also he's like in a lot of heat right now because he's like homophobic and shit. And like,
Okay, this is what
I'm like, bro. Like,
this is what I don't know. Where, when, I don't know that story. What happened?
apparently like he just came out and started doing some like homophobic shit. And like I didn't even realize it until recently because like there's been like TikToks that are blowing up like, oh, Mario's homophobic now. And now I'm like, this is not a good look. Like, what the fuck? But, like, apparently there's some shit that came out with him. And he was, like, very... Like, I guess he posted shit on social media that was very homophobic. Like, back in the day before, blew up, I guess, or something. And he's also hella religious. So, like, it kind of tracks. So,
I'm not that guy. Hate me. Cancel me if you want. Don't cancel me, though. I'm not that guy. If he did that shit way back when... and he regrets it now, and he's not that person anymore, that doesn't bother me.
Yeah. If he's apologized or been like, yeah, hey, that's not what I meant, like, or hey, I meant it when I said it.
I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah, like if you've moved on and you can like make amends, sure. But also, this is coming from a person who's seen TikToks of it. It's just been blowing up, to be fair.
All right, and I get it. Like I said, I don't know. I didn't see any of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And right now, I'm just speaking generally.
Yeah, same.
Like if you said some shit when you were 19, 20 and you're older now and you just was like I was young and dumb and whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't care. Like I'm not necessarily even mad that he's Mario. It makes me more curious like, all right, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this movie?
I agree. So next after Mario, trying to find the name of the woman because I don't actually know her because she's very a popular actress, but I've never seen her anything. Why is she not in this article? What the fuck? They literally okay, there she is. So Anya Taylor-Joy will be playing Princess Peach, which I don't think that I feel like Princess Peach is an easy voice to do. It's literally like do Minnie Mouse, like yeah, like play Minnie Mouse but less squeak because mouse. So that's fine, not a problem with it. I don't have a problem. Chris Pratt, I'm like, I'm worried.
Yeah,
Charlie Day is Luigi. That right there slaps right there. I love that.
I didn't dislike that. I think people like when I initially reacted to it, it was more like I didn't see this coming. He's Luigi?
I didn't either, but at the same time, like, yeah, he's Luigi. He's Luigi.
Because he's frenetic and like, yeah.
Like, he's just the wacky guy that's kind of like not the main guy ever, really. No offense to you, Charlie Day.
Has that nervous energy.
There was a part of me that really wanted him and Mac from Always Sunny to be Mario and Luigi.
That
like,
would be
I put
a
it
good
in
duo.
our Discord if you weren't there. But like, Mac would be a good Mario, and Luigi would, even Charlie Day would be a good fucking Mario too. Like if you think about it, like he's got the higher register voice to be like, it's a me Mario, but it's like more scratchy and weird. But either way, I love him as Luigi personally. Next, after that, this is the best casting in the whole entire list.
I already know what it is. Yeah,
Jack motherfucking Black is Bowser.
Yes, that was the best. Even his picture that they used, he looks like Bowser.
I feel like this is going to be the best performance in an animated film in a long time from Jack Black, since the last one I think he did was Kung Fu Panda, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that more than anything else. I'm curious if they do voice effects on him to make him sound more like Bowser in the games. He's more like, you know, like that. But also, Jack Black can do that.
He can do. I say you don't need voice effects.
There's also a part of me that wants him to be doing that. Like now, here's the thing. I don't know, this is unpopular opinion. I want the movie to have Bowser show up for the first time and be doing that laugh, and it's Jack Black, and then he starts coughing.
And like I've been waiting forever to get that out of my throat.
Or like, and he's like, "Oh, sorry about that," and then he's just Jack Black the rest of the time, and it's just Jack Black's voice as Bowser, and like singing like Tenacious D or some shit.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
I would like that.
I also would like that. I think that's fun.
I'm thinking like the song "Kickapoo," but instead of a long ass fucking time ago in a town called World 1-1.
If they do, that would have to be some fan service shit right there.
I would bust in the theater, but I probably wouldn't because there'd be children. So never mind. I retract the statement.
My eye.
Jesus Christ. Moving forward because we need to.
Yes.
Next is Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
I wasn't mad at that.
I don't know if I'm mad at it. There's no reason to.
Yeah, I have no reason to feel one way or the other. That's why I'm just not mad. I'm like, all right.
If it's Seth Rogen's voice, then okay. If he does something to his voice, okay as well. Like, I also find it funny that, and it's kind of pissing me off, and we'll get to it in a second, that voice actors are not casted as animated characters in movies, and they go for Hollywood names and shit. Because that really, like, why would you, in my opinion, you're going to be paying more money for Jack Black. You're going to be paying more money for fucking Seth Rogen and Chris Pratt and Charlie Day, as opposed to being like, Matt Mercer, we're going to have you play Bowser. Like, no offense to Matt Mercer because he's an amazing talent, but you're not going to have to pay Jack Black level fucking money for Matt Mercer.
Right.
Then that money goes into the movie. And like the animation and that budget more so than the voices.
Something tells me that this movie's budget is out of this
insane.
world.
But think about that though. If they didn't have to spend as much money as they were spending on Chris Pratt and fucking Jack Black, they could put all of that towards the movie, the writing, the development, the merchandising, the promotion.
Now that we haven't seen the movie, or any pictures of this movie, but I feel like they matched it or did more with the production only because I feel like not only DreamWorks or Illumination, not only Illumination,
the Minions,
but I feel like Nintendo also was like, here's also hundreds of millions of dollars.
100%. I'm just in retrospect.
Okay,
right. It's fine. There's definitely like more money than I could ever fathom in this movie. I'm just saying, like, think about it. All that money you can't fathom, and then a little bit more. Add it on, like little sprinkles to your ice cream, little sprinkles, jimmies, if you will. So Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. Next, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad.
That cracked me up. I can't wait for that to be
I can't wait for him to do the Toad scream like that, but it's just him going, ah! Right? like he's like the substitute teacher character. But yeah, here we are. That's that.
Mario's been kidnapped, and he's like, son of a bitch!
Just...
he also breaks a fucking what's the shit called? Clipboard, yeah.
Mario gets to the top of World 1's castle, and he's like, "Where is the princess?" And then he just turns and is like, "Son of a
bitch."
So after that, Fred Armisen is Cranky Kong, which I don't know what the fuck that is.
Cranky Kong is Donkey Kong's grandfather in Donkey Kong Country. Canonically in the Donkey Kong Country story, Cranky Kong is the original Donkey Kong.
So the one that's in the Mario game, like with Mario as Jumpman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Donkey Kong Jr., which also had a game, is Donkey Kong in Donkey Kong Country. Who now goes by Donkey Kong. And now Donkey Kong Sr. is Cranky Kong.
Interesting.
Yes.
Kevin Michael Richardson as Kamek, which is the wizard guy, right? And then Sebastian Maniscalco as Spike, which is one of the Bowser kids.
Yeah.
Wasn't Diddy also announced? I forget.
He was?
I don't know. I could be wrong. I thought Diddy Kong was announced, but I could be wrong. Definitely wrong, most likely. But yeah, that's the cast of the Mario movie.
Mario.
It has been getting a lot of flack because of the Chris Pratt stuff, and also because I don't know what Chris Pratt's going to do, and I'm scared.
I feel like they had to expect people to react this way. So with that being said, whatever they're doing has to already have been pre-planned.
Yeah.
Also, I found it very interesting that they also was like Mario's original voice actor.
I don't remember the name, but that was the point I was trying to make with the voice actor thing.
Okay.
But yeah, him. The fact that he's in it, but he's not Mario.
Oh, it says also additional voices by.
That to me is a
confused
slap in the fucking face, dude. Like, here's the thing. Either cast him as Mario or don't cast him at all.
Right. That's
One
why it
of
was
those
weird.
two.
Because he's Mario, he's Luigi. My thing with him being in it is I think that there's something about this movie we don't know. There's something the reason why we haven't seen it. In a good way, maybe. Because if he's in it and they know that we know that that's Mario's voice. So I'm sure they're waiting for us to be like, well, why wouldn't you just make him Mario? There's something happening in this movie where maybe he is Mario and then all of a sudden something happens and now it's Chris Pratt or something.
So here's the thing. If it was me writing this movie, I'd want to piss people off. What I would do is have it as the Mario games are canon in this world. Mm-hmm. And Mario and Luigi and all of them are famous in the world for those games. And like the original voice actor is in the movie as the voice of the game characters. And then Chris Pratt can just use Chris Pratt voice and be like, God damn it, these people still care about this game. Like, I signed my likeness away for like one time and did this or whatever. I went on one adventure and they made this game about it. And it's just like a story about
and it's
like
super
after
meta.
Yeah.
It's
just like a meta thing. Like him and Luigi, like they don't talk anymore. They're not really like communicating as brothers. Bowser's like the president or some shit. And then like Peach is like a model, like doing stuff. Mario hasn't talked to her in years. Toad's like the roommates with Mario and they just like live together in like this downtrodden apartment. That's what I would do if I was writing this movie, and people would hate me.
What you just said is there has to be some sort of twist like that.
Yeah.
There has to be, because
Or not, and it was just like, Mario 1-1. It's me, Chris Pratt. Let's go hunt the Velociraptors.
regular Chris Pratt voice. But I just think that it has to be, because again, there's no way they weren't prepared for this backlash. Like people are like, what?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm interested to see what's
They can't be
gonna happen.
that tone deaf to add the original voice actor and be like, yeah, he just does additional voices.
Yeah. That pissed me off a little bit. Because I was like, I don't get why you wouldn't just have him do it. Like, there's no reason to not have him do it. Like, that would make it more hype.
Yeah.
Like, if you have him just as Mario, imagine him as Mario and Charlie Day as Luigi. That would be such a cool interaction together. Or Jack Black and him as Mario. Like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
That's the fan service people want. Fuck your bullshit, Nintendo. It's fine. It's okay. We haven't seen anything, so I don't know why we're judging as well, too. But, yeah, that's a thing.
I like this. I meant to put it in the Discord, but the Sonic the Hedgehog movie account retweeted Nintendo and said, "See you at the Oscars." And I loved it because it takes me back to that mid-90s like beef between Nintendo and that competition.
Yeah.
Except now it's on movies.
Yeah.
So now Sonic is trolling the Nintendo Mario movie account.
If you think about it, that's definitely the reason why they have such big names in this, is so that they can get like awards and shit for the movie, which is funny to me. But
And both these movies come out next year. Sonic 2 and the Mario movie come out next year.
I'm gonna put a hot take out there right now. I think Sonic's gonna be better.
Think so?
I think so.
I think they're going to be different.
Yeah. They're going to be different, like, because Mario is going to be fully animated.
Yeah.
Like, it's an Illumination movie. And the reason why I say that is, like, I don't like Illumination movies. No offense to them. Like, I don't like Despicable Me. I don't like Minions. I think they're cheesy and corny compared to, like, any other animated studio. Like, DreamWorks knocks it out of the park every single time. Fucking Pixar obviously does. Mm-hmm. Even Leica, because technically it's stop motion, but they use a little bit of digital effects. If you didn't know, get wrecked. Here we are. Leica is amazing.
Tell them, Chris.
Coraline, baby. You ever seen Box Trolls?
Box Troll? No, I've never seen it. I've seen Coraline.
Fucking good. Box Trolls is amazing. I haven't watched the new one still. The one with like Hugh Jackman as like Bigfoot or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Box Trolls is amazing. I love it. Anyway, now the best thing that was shown at the Nintendo event, in my personal opinion.
Mine too.
And I'll let you take it away.
Oh boy. Nintendo 64 and 64th Genesis games will be added to the will be coming to the Nintendo Switch Online in late October as part of a new expansion pack tier. 64, that was already rumored. It's here now. Great selection of games. The Genesis thing was a complete surprise.
Yeah.
Because this is also obviously coming, but hasn't been announced yet. Game Boy is eventually coming to Switch as well.
It has to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if they would do Pokemon in that, though. You know what I mean? Like,
I
actually
feel
do, like, one, like, yellow or blue or something.
I feel like they would.
But that's such a big game to add, though. You know what I mean?
But think about how long it's been since those are out. They're at this point, they're just old classic games.
True.
Like, if they're gonna give us Mario, all the Marios and Mario 64, like all
Mario
the tentpole Mario games,
Yeah.
they're gonna at least give you blue and red.
I think they would just do one.
Yeah, they only need to do one. If they only do one, then I'd like to give you yellow.
Yeah, they would give you yellow 100% of the time. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see when it comes.
Right.
Just wait until they get Game Boy Advance on that. That's when I feel
I
old.
think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to give you a Game Boy pack tier, and it's going to be Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance.
I'm going to feel old.
No, they're not going to do that. I was going to say maybe the original Nintendo DS, but there's no two screens on.
I mean, here's the thing. It'll come.
Ski. Carry on. It'll come.
My wayward son. Yeah, I lost all train of thought after come. Like, legitimately.
Don't we all?
Like, it literally derailed the station, and I was just like,
Don't we all?
what do I do now with my life? Move forward, I
You feel
can't.
old because of all the old Game Boy stuff and Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, I would feel old, but that's about it. But yeah, it's coming. Come.
I wasn't going to do it that time.
Fuck. Yeah, man, I'm happy with this. Like, here's the thing: I've never played a Genesis before in my life. Never even seen one. That was the first picture that I've seen of a Genesis because I never went out of my way to see one. The selection of N64 games that they showed, I was surprised. Like Mario Kart,
Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Yoshi's Story, Ocarina of Time, Winback,
that's what they
which
led
is
off with, right? Ocarina, that was the first thing. Yeah.
Winback, which that's a weird game to throw in there. Mario Tennis, Dr. Mario 64, and what is this? Sin and Punishment. Never played that.
And they also said that's not all.
That's not all. And what's coming is, let me get to it.
Come.
There we go again. It's the word of the day, ladies and gentlemen. I just had it up. That's what he said. Zelda Ocarina of Time, Mario Golf, Pokemon Snap, F-Zero X, Kirby 64, Paper Mario, and Banjo-Kazooie are all planned to come.
Banjo-Kazooie I was surprised by too. But
I'm not, because Nintendo and Microsoft have that relationship
Conker's
now.
bad for a day. Give it.
I feel like that has to come at some point.
That'd be nice.
But this is going to get updated just like all the other services. So all these games that we're probably talking about are probably coming.
Yeah. What was on Genesis again? Do you have that up?
Yeah, I did. Let me get right back to it. Yeah, okay.
Bada boom.
Castlevania Bloodlines, Contra Hardcore, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Echo the Dolphin.
Time. Mean what machine?
It's what's that puzzle game where the things drop? Fuck, I can't think.
Tetris?
Of it. It's not Tetris though. It's a Tetris-esque game, but it's not Tetris. Puyo Puyo. It's that.
But what was it again?
Puyo Puyo.
No, but what was the title of the game?
Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Sorry.
Well done.
I do that 'cause
It's Puyo Puyo with just, they put Robotnik on it to sell
Puyo
it.
Puyo with beans.
There you go. Echo the Dolphin,
Fuck.
Golden Axe, Gunstar Heroes. What game is that? Musha. Never played that one. That I feel like a bad oldsman. I don't remember that game. Phantasy Star 4, Rise Star, Shining Force, Shinobi 3, Sonic 2, Streets of Rage 2, and Strider.
All right. I would like to take a moment to say that we are blowing up on Instagram.
Yo,
right now.
I've been getting these reels are reels, man. I told you those are the way.
I just saw your phone got like 4. It's got 19 likes. It's not bad. It's pretty good. We got fucking followers too. Holy shit.
We have found what we need to do.
Chicken. It's the chicken one that's 55 likes. What the fuck you mean right now? All right, sorry.
See? I was like, we got to put these Halo ones up because it's current. It's right now. You're looking behind the curtain right now, folks.
Trying to see if it's got anything on. Of course, everything is listed as 0.
Why?
Because it glitched. Anyway, sorry. That's cool, man. I'm excited for that. One thing that they did mention is that the price might be changed, and they will have to address that in a future date. It's not that good. It's fine. But they said there will be a price change or some sort of additional price that will be added to the main online so that you will get those, which makes complete sense, and I'm not mad at it in the least bit. If you get more games, obviously you need to pay more. That's fine.
They're also coming with a Nintendo 64 controller and a classic Sega Genesis controller for the Switch for $50 each.
And they're both Bluetooth, wireless. Will you be receiving any of those controllers?
It makes me want to get it just because I was there.
Yeah.
And it's just a classic collectible that I can't not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't need them.
I think the 64 one's the more tempting of the two, in my opinion. Because I heard the Genesis one, there's different ones.
They got the 6-button one in Japan.
That's
the best one.
Because I saw Kev was posting about it on Twitter.
It's bullshit that we don't get that.
Bullshit. But like,
if I get it, I'm going to order the Japanese one.
Yeah, which would technically work because Bluetooth all works the same. I think.
Right.
I think. But
sorry, this is Japanese Bluetooth.
I don't know what that means, but here we are.
If it didn't work for me, that's what the warning would be.
But yeah, man. It was a overall pretty interesting direct or showcase or whatever you want to call it. They announced a couple more directs. We got the cast of a whole entire movie. We got really cool games announced, some cool trailers, some dates announced, and also 64 and Genesis games coming soon, which also just shows that they're going to keep adding more and more games to that online collection.
Once I saw Genesis, I'm like, oh, the door's wide open now. Yeah. They're going back to the Wii marketplace where they just had every system in there.
Just wait until they put the Wii games on Switch, man.
Or the GameCube games. Or the Dreamcast games.
Is Dreamcast next, technically, chronologically?
No, next is... Well, I guess if we're talking about just these companies in general, I guess Dreamcast would be next because then it's... Dreamcast came out. Yeah, because Dreamcast came out before GameCube. Mm-hmm. So, yes, Dreamcast. So,
it would be those two probably next. Maybe together, would you think? Like how they did with...
Are we talking about...
Like as the next like release, like in like
things
maybe,
that aren't Nintendo systems?
Things that are going to be added to the Nintendo.
No, because you're gonna get that Game Boy shit.
That's next, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Game Boy was before 64, so...
All right, GG's. So we're doing that next, maybe. I think that... Well, if that was before 64, why wouldn't they do that first?
People thought it was coming first. But that's why I know it's coming, because it was like known leakers were like, Game Boy is coming.
But like, now that 64 has come out, that makes me slightly hesitant to say that maybe it won't. Kind of. Like, because like, why would you not wait, you know? Like... That's kind of weird.
Why would you put Sega and not Game Boy?
You know, like that's kind of concerning. Not that it won't. Like, here's the thing: if they want to make money, they're going to make money, and that's why you make money. But like, it's a weird decision to do that, which makes you almost think that it won't be done. If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. I mean? But I think they're going to do it though.
Yeah, I have faith, but I'm also concerned slightly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty much the gist of the news. We're gonna just probably leave it with that for the news.
Yeah, there's some other little interesting news, but nothing to that extent.
Yeah.
But before we leave the movie talk, the Mario movie and all that, like, what? You know what? I'm saving it.
Before quitting.
Yeah. I'm gonna just cut that part out. We'll just head to
right.
the news.
So next section.
emails.
Oh.
Or
Emails.
questions.
We don't receive emails anymore because we have a Discord.
You can still send an email, but if you want to be where the people are, where everybody knows your name, Discord.
Where everybody knows your name.
Exactly. Join the Discord.
And you can do that by heading over to any of our social media websites, whether that be Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. There's a link tree in the bio. You click on that. The top link in that link tree is the Join the Discord button. It will bring you to the Read Me First section. The Read Me First pretty much says, don't be a dickhead. Guess what? If you don't do that, you're allowed in. And then you can ask questions. You can engage in conversation. We got a meme section now. So if you want to toss some memes in there that are video game related, or maybe not, toss them in.
Awesome.
So this week is very heavy in the question section from Lucas, a constant question sender of the week. Very ironic and funny questions that have happened this week that are kind of quick ones, like bang, bang, bang. Let me see.
To be completely transparent, I didn't get to really read these questions like that. Hold on.
I'm trying to remember if we missed any as well.
No, after CLD's question from last week, the next one was this one.
Yeah, the first one. Okay. Yeah. So the first question from Lucas is kind of funny because you'll only understand the humor if you were a part of the other Discord server that we're a part of, the We Playing Games server amongst our friends. But he asks, what online game do you believe has the most toxic player base? And do you think is the best ways? Sir.
Lucas, type in English, sir.
English. What do you think are the best ways for game studios as a whole to build/foster more considerate/caring communities?
And this is after it was edited.
Oh yeah, so you edited it and still fucked up your English. Come on, man. For the funny factor, this was literally posted in our Discord about 5 minutes after he claimed that he was teabagged by a whole entire team in Apex arenas when it was just him versus 3 people because the other 2 teammates left. So 3 people all teabagged him while he was by himself and his team abandoned him.
They put their beans on you.
Yes, and I posted the gif of the seer character saying, "There's no such thing as a coincidence." And listen, here we are. But most toxic player base, that's interesting because I feel like if we're talking about current day,
I don't know, honestly. I don't even know how to gauge it. I'm not online often enough to know. Like you guys are.
If I'm talking current day, I'm saying Pokemon Go.
Really?
Yes.
Go?
Pokemon Go. And here's the reason. And it's not that it's unjust. And I'm going to say that. Their fan base and their player base is very toxic right now because the game itself is not really doing anything to like make the players happy, if that makes sense. Like, the game has been very stagnant as of late to the point where I've completely stopped playing. But there's a lot of hate with some of the stuff they've been doing. In past weeks, there have been news stories about how during COVID, they expanded the area at which you could spin Pokestops to get items. They retracted that for no reason because they were like, yeah, pandemic's over, even though not. And they got hella hate for it. Very bad time. They had to actually revert it. And it wasn't like a revert out of like their own kindness of their hearts. It was revert or else you're going to get shit on constantly.
Jeez.
All the community days that they do, people aren't really a fan of the specific Pokemon they're choosing for like, they'll like have an increased spawn rate and like there's a chance to get them shiny, but they're picking Pokemon that are like, we already did this before, like they've repeating now, which is insane how you can repeat a community day when how many Pokemon there are.
Right.
And like they do one every 2 months and the game's only been out for like less than 5 years, maybe 5 years or so. So that's annoying. And just overall, the online community, it's a weird thing because also there's the 3 different teams inside of the game. There's Valor, which is what team the red, blue, and yellow. We'll just keep it at that. And like there's like a weird like disdain for each other as team members. Like there's like
That is
memes about like the Team Yellow, the Instinct team, how they eat glue and shit, like because they're stupid. Because each team has like a motto. Like the red team is like, we believe in Pokemon using their absolute power and like being able to battle and stand up for themselves or some shit. And then the blue is like, oh, it's all about like friendship and kindness. And then like the yellow's like, we like to be cool. Like,
it's their voice.
Yeah, and like that's why like the jokes are like, you eat glue pretty much. And like the players together like with that, and then like it's slightly toxic in that way. That's why I'm only gonna say Pokemon in the sense of current day.
Got it.
Because Apex, I feel like it's a 50-50. Like you have the toxic people, but then you have really nice people. Like you have a nice amount of people that are in there. Like if you solo queue, sometimes you'll hop into a lobby with some people that are just like genuinely kind people, and you'll just have a good time talking to them, and you'll never talk to them again. But at the same time, next game you get in, you get called like so many obscenities for no reason, you know? So there's no consistency. Same thing goes with like Warzone. Like you see like people teabagging, people saying obnoxious things on death cams, but then you also see like when streamers are playing, like people will stream snipe them now, but friendly stream snipe, where they will like pick up a shit ton of money, grab a helicopter, find out where their streamer is, and then go drop off the money and be like, here you go. Like,
So
love you.
It's a give and take.
Yeah, like there's give and take everywhere, but as opposed to Pokemon Go, where it feels like it's all negative right now, in my opinion.
Right.
If we're talking all time, it's got to be like Xbox, like game chat 360 back in like Halo.
360 days, yeah.
Like
360 days was pretty toxic.
That was the pinnacle, because like I remember being on like PS3 and it was not that bad. And then you would go online and you would see like, I remember I used to watch KYR Sp33D. He's a YouTuber. He used to do this thing where he would ninja defuse on search and destroy. So like there would be a person planting, and he would go up and like crouch and like lay down in them as they're planting the bomb, and then like as they run away to go hide and get ready to like protect it, he'll just defuse it right away and like
That's funny as
and
shit.
win the round. But like they would be in chat, and like as they would get to the lobby, there would be like some obscenities said.
Oh, it used to be bad.
Yeah, and it was pretty fucking bad
Yo,
shit.
360 days was the fucking Wild West, man. That was some crazy shit.
You think kids nowadays don't think they have, like, it's funny because now with the internet, it's like, you know, behind, you know, like a face, like you have no face, you have no identity, you can say what you want. But like back then it was almost worse, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because like it was everyone doing it, as opposed to now where it's like the few, the proud, the abysmal, you know?
Right.
Where they're like, they'll make a separate account to like shit on someone, but then like, the account gets reported and then it's gone, you know, as opposed to back in Xbox 360, you get called anything that is the worst shit in the world.
Yeah.
And you just got to sit with it or fight back saying the worst shit in the world back, which is even worse. But it's a time, man. I'm sorry you got teabagged, Lucas.
I got teabagged in Splitgate last time we played.
To be fair, there's a game mode with that.
Well, it wasn't in that mode.
I know. just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah. I do remember that mode though.
Yeah, that teabag confirmed.
Yeah,
it's such a fucking. I love them, but what do you think? What's your community? Do you think it? What like nowadays, or do you just overall?
I kind of don't know. Like I don't have a good gauge for it right now. Only time I'm online is when you tell me to get online. So
I'm here for.
I have to live through your answer.
All right, that works. Thank you, Lucas. I think we have another Lucas. We have two more Lucas questions. We can see. Do you want to do one more, or do you want to do both? Because I think one of them was long.
What do we feel about? Let me read these. I didn't even read these.
I feel like the most recent one's probably good because we talked on the second question about the characters with Smash a lot.
Yeah.
So like that one's kind of like we've kind of beat that over the head.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
All right. I'm gonna do that last one then. I read through and then we'll think about it.
How do you feel about games like Deathloop that have literal paragraphs in game during the tutorial instead of offering an instruction manual or digital instruction PDF for the very long explanations? And would you ever prefer to go back to an instruction booklet type of setup games used to do? Also, please feel free to ignore my rage-induced question from a few nights ago. We didn't ignore it.
We didn't at all.
I don't think we need to have physical instruction manuals anymore.
I want them though.
They were nice.
I feel like it's like a nice little bonus. Like
It is, but I'm saying that from a position of I don't think we'll ever get them.
Oh no, not
So
at all.
I don't really necessarily. I'm not. It used to be nice, and then like I remember going to the store, my mom getting the game, and just reading the manual on the way home.
Yeah,
and all that
man.
stuff. Those moments.
Now you just read your promo
But
code.
now every kid's just whipping out a phone or a tablet. Like, all right, they've already looked this game up a million times on YouTube and
guess.
shit.
I feel like
The
it's
internet ruined everything. They've made everything better and simultaneously ruined everything.
true. I still feel like there's like a charm to booklets, and even if it's not like an instruction booklet, maybe it's just like an art book with like concept art, like something, you know, like some sort of physical asset that's like, oh, I got more than just a digital gun that'll help me in the game. Like with Deathloop, it's like, I don't know, there's got to be something, right? Like just a promo code and then like a fucking like PlayStation insert that's like buy plus. Like no fucking shit. I have plus.
Right.
Obviously, this is a online game that I just bought, you dumbasses. Why is this in here?
If it's digital, if that's like the happy medium now, it needs to be something that can be read from anywhere without me accessing the game already.
Okay.
It needs to be, if I bought it, maybe you take out your device and you get you scan the code. Now it's right there in your phone.
Like a QR code.
Yeah,
And it
QR
just like
code.
downloads the PDF or some shit from online.
Or even it could send you to like an exclusive like video that you watch. It's an interactive thing
I'd like that.
where
That'd
it's
be
like
dope.
it's tutorial, but it's like in a fun way.
I would love that for Deathloop. You just scan the QR. Welcome to Deathloop. It's just like it's
Yeah.
the same trailers we've seen for the past 8 months.
Right.
Like, here you go. You could shoot people in the head.
And you would get that, and then maybe that same exact video is in the game, but when you start the game at this point, now you can just kind of like skip it.
Yeah.
Or they give that to you as the game is installing into your system, and now you know how it'll come up like you can play the game now, even if it's not fully downloaded.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like you can play the game now, or like read interactive manual. Hit triangle for interactive manual. So now you have this interactive manual while you wait for the game to download.
That's splenius.
You got to stop with the Splatoon shit.
But that's actually, like, legitimately, that's a great idea. Like,
Somebody
I'm not
hire me.
Yeah, straight up. During the fucking copying section of it. That's when you can watch that shit.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
It's almost like, why haven't you done that? Like, as
Yeah.
the game is installing, it could just be like, like I said, hit triangle
Yeah.
for interactive.
Here's how to learn the
guide.
game before the game starts. We'll still show you when the game starts, but here's so you can have like some sort of understanding before it goes.
And it'll load up on a player on the console.
You could definitely do it with PS5 now too, with the player that they do with the trophies.
Right.
So boom, do it, Sony. Please,
Fuck.
Splenius,
We're not.
Spluck.
You're having too much fun with that without even playing the game.
I'm not having fun with it. I'm just like, wow, this is terrible. It's just funny how terrible it is.
It's very terrible.
Well, thank you for your questions, Lucas. If you have any splat puns of words, let us know in the comments down below of this YouTube video. Leave us a review on any of the Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, any of those apps that you listen on. And if not, just comment on that YouTube video or on our Instagram post. And let us know what your Splatoon word is. Is it spluck or is it splitch?
Don't do any of that shit. Send it to his personal account.
Please.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to read it. Send it straight to Chris so he can laugh to himself in the bathroom stall at
In
work.
pain. But yes, you can follow us at savebeforequitting everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Definitely check out the TikTok and Instagram now because apparently we're popping the fuck off in this actual podcast.
Yeah,
So
right
there's
now.
that. But yeah, much love to always to you guys for showing some support on the merch. You can find that at savebeforequitting.com.
Yeah.
Like shirts like this, Nerdy
Like
Gamer
this.
People, my Nerdy Gamer People hat has Save Before Quitting on the back, NGP Army. Follow us on Twitch to add to that count. We're trying to hit at least 100 followers on Twitch by the end of the year. We're getting slightly close to the end of the year. There's a little counter at the bottom. We've had a couple new followers join us as well, so that's really fun.
Appreciate you guys.
It's a great time. And also, thank you to Josh for buying that snapback. We really appreciate you. Check out Haptics merch. Check out that art guy Kev's merch. Check out everyone's shit. Love y'all.
We do.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
And remember to always save before quitting. The YouTuber podcast you might know us from.
Yep. You might know us from there.
You might. Probably.
Why wouldn't you know us from there?
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And you're acting like you don't.
Deuces.
Peace.
We are some salty bitches.
Salty bitches.